Hello to another part of Jak Daxter because Legacy this time we are dealing with Boggy Swamp. Yes. This level I don't like. At all. So, here we have, obviously, Yellow Eco.
Wow! You can shoot fireballs when you're powered up with Yellow Eco.
Yep, that is the whole point of the Yellow Eco, to shoot fireballs out of our hand. And we'll be needing it to not only break some of the metallic boxes to get some more Precursor orbs out of them, but we'll need it to destroy some nests in order to get rid of a lot of enemies that will infinitely respawn every time I don't get rid of them. Also to be used on destroying rocks to get rid of the tethers, which will contain for us about 4 power cells in total. Yeah, this one, it is interesting in what it gives you and the challenges it has. Doesn't matter if the fucking thing isn't fun to play with. Here's the thing about this fucking... It's a slog. That's the problem with this. It's a fucking dull-looking level, just a lot of brown. Not a really good design, honestly. It's just very meh. Very shit. Well, obviously in the color scheme.
Shoot those rat nests to stop the rats from coming out.
And yeah, I died. And you'll probably go for that a lot, especially when you got some sparse fucking checkpoints in which you can easily get fucked because of it, due to the fact that you can be sent pretty far away because of it. And you don't know you got a checkpoint. You don't know that you have hit a checkpoint until you've died. So, unfortunately, you gotta die to know where the checkpoint is. And you don't want to fucking die because then you're wasting time. And these motherfucking enemies and nests respawn. And shit can even be unfinished. Even if you break a thing and you've unlocked it, it can be locked once again, all because you died. And a few things in this fucking level do that. And it sucks.
We should shoot those big boulders holding the tether.
Yeah, I need to break this. I'm not doing it right now because there are some Precursor orbs on this one nest, and I want to grab those. It makes it a bit easier for me. But yeah, now, you might have noticed that there was a yellow orb, a Yellow Eco orb, onto the very left. I didn't notice. In fact, usually when I go through this level, I don't notice, period, that that's there. Instead, I completely miss it, and I just go back at these 2 orbs, which I know of, and then go all the way back here, and then I die, which also means this thing's locked again. So I have to break it again. Ain't that great? Also, that glitch happens sometimes you do a spin jump when you activate into a thing at the right time. It's funny. And yeah, we'll break that. And there you go. That's 1 down.
Did you see that? Only 3 more tethers to go.
And we have our first power cell. And unfortunately, we have a lot more to go. I don't have any good memories or good things to say about this level. It relates to slog, the music is intimidating. It kind of goes against you in a way. And yeah, you'll be doing this a lot. There's a lot of boost pads where you're just being launched up and you have to go for these small little areas to take care of shit. By the way, this area that I just died in, yeah, there's no point going back there now. All there was that scout fly. But I went back there anyways to show you how useless it is because you wouldn't know this. You wouldn't notice the first time going through the game. So obviously you go back there because you died, and you're thinking there's gotta be some reason to come back here. There'll be some reason this place exists other than the fucking scout fly. And there isn't. You break the fucking nest, you kill the enemies, you get the blue eco vent, and that's it. the place was entirely there for a fucking fly. There's a lot of that in this fucking level, where there is like this area that is completely disconnected from the main fucking area, but it just has one thing there. And sometimes it's a thing you need, like a power cell, one of those fucking tethers. And sometimes it's a fucking fly. It's not great. The fucking shit you get from this is not great. It's sometimes not even worth your fucking time, except you need it for a completion. So, you have to go there and get it, even if it's fucking pointless.
Wow! Only 2 more tethers.
And there you go, that's 2 tethers done. We got a second power cell. You will go for the tethers pretty much real quickly, except that's not enough. You have to get the flies, you have to do a fucking minigame soon, and yeah. You'll be doing a lot of shooting of the yellow eco. Which, there is no level where you will be using it a lot as well. But I find that more fun than here, because at least in that one, you also use the look-through to see the first-person view, where you can aim your shots. And I find that to be pretty fun, to use the ability to aim my shots precisely and hit shit with it, instead of just running around aimlessly shooting at it and hoping I hit something that is what I want to hit. Because this fucking thing has a lock-on feature, and sometimes the lock-on decides to go for a fucking box you don't want that just has green eco in there, and it runs out and you have to go back and get it again, and you just get really fucking frustrated because of that shit. Yeah, there are gonna be times where that happens, where you want it to hit something that you want to hit, and instead it takes you a few times to do that because the fucking eco decides to hit something else. Also, ambush.
Look out, Jak! It's an ambush!
Yep, another arena fight. And this one is harder than the first one back in fucking Misty Island, due to the fact that you only have yellow eco. And the problem with yellow eco with this is you can only shoot a few bullets every few seconds, and you slow down, and you can only hit one target with it. The red eco in the fucking first arena fight was much more useful than the yellow eco here, and you don't get red eco in this fight. I managed, but there have been times where I have never really managed that well. This fight can take you a few tries, because it's that fucking frustrating due to the fact that you don't have that much for reach. Some of these enemies are annoying to fucking deal with, and if you're using the yellow eco, you have to press the circle button to do a spin kick every fucking time, because otherwise you'll be shooting, and you'll be going slow, and you'll make yourself an easier target to get hit. Yeah, it sucks.
That dirigible's barely hanging on. Let's find the last tether.
Yep, we only have one tether left, and yeah, nearly done now. This is the only area that's disconnected from the actual path that has a tether on there, so there you go. So the 62 power cell's doing pretty fucking well, and we are really going through the swamp. I mean, we are at like 9 minutes in, almost 10 minutes into this. Also, these frogs suck too. When they grab you, they try to electrocute you, and it's not that easy to get away from them. They're just annoying enemies in general. By the way, the Flood is here. Flood only appears in 2 levels. One that I actually like, and another that is this one I don't fucking like. And this one, it's only here for one platforming puzzle, which is unfortunately all the Flood is used for. You get 2 platforming puzzles that require the Flood, and the Flood is never used again. Yeah. So, after getting these, by going back and shooting all the shit with the yellow eco, we now get to ride the Flood. The Flood's interesting. It's faster, it has a higher reach, it has a longer jump, and it's very useful. And you can go through most of these platforms with a rolling jump. Not all of them, because the distance of some of these is actually so far away that it is impossible for Jak to actually reach them. You are supposed to use the Flood for this shit. Now, do I wish the Flood was used more than just 2 fucking challenge puzzles? Yes! I do wish the Flood was used more than just these 2 levels for, like, 1 power cell. But...
Good work! Aren't you guys happy you saved our little Flood friend? She may come in handy again sometime. Now, go back to the trans pad, and I'll bring her home.
And that's it. The Flood is done for this level. It'll be the same thing when we get the Flood again in a level later on, which isn't going to be that much later on when it comes to these parts. Yeah, the Flood is extremely underused, and we never see it again in Jak 2, or 3, or Daxter, or Lost Frontier. Anyway, you ready for a minigame? Because this guy here's got a minigame just for us right now. And oh boy, is it fun.
Howdy, friends. Enjoying my beautiful swamp? On these here parts. Everything that doesn't sink into the mud, that is.
Judging by the smell, I'd wager your bathtub sank in the mud long ago.
What's a bathtub? Anyway, I got bigger problems now. Seems some nasty lurker varmints are grousing about, snatching everything they can get their grubby little paws on, and scaring away my pet hip hog, Farley. He's been missing for nigh on to a coon's age. I've been putting out his favorite snack. Those ornery swamp rats keep stealing them. If you could keep those pesky critters away long enough, I just know Farley will smell them vitals and come back. Will you help me out?
Sure thing, let's get back Farley.
Good. Those rats will be back any time. Shoot all them rats. Keep them from eating at least one of them snacks.
Now it's time for the minigame that you are either going to be kind of met with, or you're going to outright hate. I'm meh, but I know people who don't like this fucking minigame at all. And unfortunately, another game basically put this fucking minigame off. But we'll not talk about that right now. We'll talk about the fact this minigame requires you to protect all these mushrooms from these fucking bastards. Now, there is no mini-map, so you don't know where the bastards are coming from, where they are right now. And if one of these gets eaten, you fail. There are 3 waves of these enemies, and you'll be having to shoot all of them. Now, luckily, the yellow eco does maneuver around these poles, so you'll be able to hit them if you aim good. But it does get fairly hard, and it can get fairly frustrating. But if you keep at it, you'll be easily going through this, no problem. And yeah, you only get 1 attempt at this, but luckily, if you do make it through and don't fuck up, you'll have defeated all these enemies, protected all the mushrooms, and you'll finally get Farley back, as well as earn yourself a power cell like I'm about to do right about now. I didn't fail this. Trust me, I didn't.
Well, fry my hide! You sure know how to shoot! Thanks a heap for the help.
And yes, there is an audio desync in the game. That is not the game, that is my recording software. It actually fucked up a little bit and went off sync. I'm not fixing it because some of the audio is missing. So I can't. Unless you want the start to be very silent. Yeah, it's a bit shitty that way. But hey, we did the minigame, and believe it or not, we're actually nearly done with this level. Not much left after this, because the swamp is nearly done once you complete this, when you get to this point. because you're basically going around in a circle. And you get to blow up a lot of shit, which is great. And we've also got all the scout flies, so that's done. But we do have to go and get the last tether, which does require me to make sure I get this yellow eco shit. Also, some of these precursor orbs in the tar, I believe it's tar, hope it is, sometimes the blue eco doesn't actually attract to it, and you have to kind of jump for them, which sometimes if you jump, you know, a little bit too far, you'll go into the fucking tar and then you'll die. About to, unfortunately. And if a precursor orb touches you when you're dead, like that, unfortunately, you don't fucking get it. So you have to go back and get it regardless. Great. The good news is that we're nearly done, because there's a tether right there. All I have to do is just shoot that, and we can get our last power cell. Which I can do about right now after grabbing these, you know, these nice little precursor orbs here. So shoot this, and there you go. It's now free. And what do we uncut? Well, you saw from the arena fight that this thing was here. And there you go. No precursor part for those bastards. And off goes the blimp.
Good work, Jak. Your uncle would be proud. That was a giant arm from a precursor robot. I've never seen one in such good condition. I can't imagine what the lurkers wanted with it, but we sure didn't want them to get it. If you keep this success up, nah, you'll still fall short of hero. But keep trying. It's endearing.
Yes, Sage is an asshole, we get it. I don't mind the Sage later on, though. Just right now, he's a bit of an asshole. Then again, he's old. He's a grumpy asshole, you know. Anyway, we now have all of the power cells. We're not done yet, though, because we do have to get the last of the precursor orbits, which are around here, as you can see from these boxes. Unfortunately, we do need the yellow eco. I have to go back and get into that vent to get the yellow eco, then destroy this fucking nest, which has another yellow eco fucking vent, and then destroy all this shit here in order to grab the precursor orbs, which are the last ones we need, and be done here. And yeah, that is the entire fucking level of the Boggy Swamp. It didn't look that bad, did it? You know, I went through this fairly easily. I made a few deaths. Less deaths than the last levels, which I liked. You know, it's not that bad, right? Yeah. No. What you haven't seen is the other deaths I've done, which are far greater than the fucking Lost Precursor City. This is an annoying fucking level. I'm not reading any of this shit anymore, so I'm just showing you it. But yeah, I fucking hate Boggy Swamp. It is one of my least favorite levels of this game. In fact, I honestly consider it to be the worst level of the entire game. Best part is I didn't need to actually go through it too. Anyway, next time Jak Daxter, we are going to be taking this fucking laser to a boss fight. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.